Hi everybody, this is Scott Sharp with Fretboard Toolbox, and today we're going to look at 10 country bluegrass picking patterns, and we'll look at an essential baritone ukulele edition and see how they work together and see how we can pull out the bass notes, and that there's a lot of room for creativity and freedom, and we may even look at some walking bass lines. So let's get started and I'll show you how it works. Okay, today we're looking at the Essential Baritone Ukulele, second edition book, and these free 10 country bluegrass strumming patterns, and I'll show you how to find those here soon. So let's play in the key of G today, because you can get these pages for free with the toolbox on the website, and I'll show you how to do that too. That's not the key of G. Take two. There we go. Key of G. So we're just going to play a simple 1, 4, 5, or a G major, C major, D major progression. And I want you to pay attention to the notes that make up the chord, and know that like the root note of the G major is a G, root note of C major is a C, and D major is a D. And then we got these other two notes for all three of those chords that make the triads, and I'll show you how that comes into play in a sec here. So when you're doing these picking patterns, we can decide. There's a lot of freedom with what you want your bass notes to be, but kind of a theme we're going to see a lot is alternating the bass notes. So if I start on a G, then I might do. If I start on a D, I might do G next. If I start on G, I might do the D next. So let's take this first pattern here, and I'll show you how that works. N means play the note. So this is 1 and the blue arrow down means strum down, and 3 hit the note, and 4 means strum down, and all the ands are rests. So that first pattern looks like this. We'll play G, C, D. Note, down, note, strum, note, strum. Now the C chord. Note, strum, note. Now the D chord. Note, strum, note, strum, note, strum. And I accidentally did pattern 2 there at the end. So pattern 2, I set all these up so that if you can do pattern 1, pattern 2 is only one different move than pattern 1, and pattern 3 is only one different than pattern 2. So pattern 2 adds an upstroke on the last and. So that one would look like this. Note, strum, note, down, up. And it's okay if you miss them. Notice I missed a couple and it still sounds okay. So that's note, down, up. Okay, so let's look at pattern 3. Maybe we should look at the way that I'm playing it. Like I'm using my thumb. I'll turn so you can see here. I'm using my thumb to hit the bass note, and then I'm kind of using these fingertips, the top of my fingernails, to strum the notes. And then when I do the upstroke, often I'm doing using my thumb, like. So it'll take a little while to get down, but it's cool and it's fun when you do. So let's look at pattern 3. Note, strum, note, up, down, up. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so that looks like this. Note, up, down, up. Note, down, note, up, down, up. Note, down, note, up, down, up. That's pattern 3. Pattern 4, note, down, up, down, up. So note, down, up, down, up. Okay, so that's like this. note, down, up, note, up, down, up. So note, down, up, note, up, down, up. Okay, let's try pattern 5 here. 5 goes note, down, up, note, down, up. Okay, so this one's going to have a rest here, so it just takes away this upstroke on the 3 and, so the and part. So 5 looks like this. Note, down, up, note, down, up, note, down, up, note, down, up. So you can have a lot of fun with playing through those patterns, and then when you kind of start getting those down and they become too easy, then I want you to try some kind of walking bass lines. So if we're going on the G chord, G, D, G, D, and then I'm going to go up to a C chord, I'm going to walk up with the notes in white boxes are the major scale, so I might go A, B, C. Okay, and so when I go to the C chord, I might walk up to this and use this C as my bass. So I'm doing G major chord, G, D, G, A, B, C, and then I'll alternate G, C. So that's like this. Okay, let's try it again. G, D, G, D. So see how I'm using the C as the bass note there? And then if I wanted to walk up to the D chord, I'm on the C chord here, I could go B, C, D, like this. So B, C, D, A, D. Okay, and so like a real common thing to do with alternating bass notes is to hit the root and then the fifth. Basses do this all the time, and you can do it in your picking too. So G, D, G, D for the note parts. And then on the C chord, I could try C, G, C, G. And for the D chord, I could do D, A. But it's okay to not hit those. Like on the C chord, the way that it lies on the uke, hitting this E sounds cool too. And even if a guitar player is strumming, you know, like a regular C chord and they're using the C, G as the alternating notes, if you're doing E, G, it kind of gives this really cool harmony kind of sound. So don't be afraid to just experiment with what notes you're trying as your bass notes, but try that alternating because that's really, really helpful. All right, let's get back to, I think we're on pattern 6 here. So 6 is just like 5, except we get rid of the last and. So this is going to be, we can scoot it up, I guess. 6 is going to be note, down, up, note, down, and we're going to rest on that and. Okay, so 6 sounds like this. See at the very end there, I did to get back to, I was on the D chord and I went to get back to the G, I went E, F sharp, and then back to the G, just a quick little walking bass line. So all those notes in white boxes are real safe for walking bass lines, and it's really fun to find ways to move around on those chords. So that's 6. 7 adds the and here on the 3 and. Okay, so 7's going to sound like this. It's going to be note, down, up, note, up, down, note, down, up, note, up, down. Okay, so that was 7. Now 8 is going to be note up, note up, down, and then resting on the and. So that's almost just straight up, note up, down, up. But it has kind of a cool sound. So let's try 8. It's going to be tricky because you got to just keep this hand moving the whole time, just up and down, like an oil derrick, those things that pump in the country. Let's try 8 here. All right, 9 is going to be note up, note, rest, down, and then rest on the and. Okay, so 9 is going to sound like this. Okay, so that's 9, and then 10, note up, note, down, up. Okay, so like notice every time the notes were hitting on the 1 and the 3, and then we're just picking different ones to rest on here, and each one gives you kind of a different sound. And it's not like you have to just lock into one for an entire song. It's okay to just experiment and just kind of go with what you're feeling and go with what sounds right with the song. So let's do 10 here. Note up, note up, down, no. Note up, note, down, up, note up, note. So that's those 10 patterns there. To be able to access those, if you go to the Fretboard Toolbox website and you click on free tools and you go to hover over there and go to Strumming Patterns. There's lots of other fun, cool, free stuff here to check out. Click on Strumming Patterns, and I've got intro strumming patterns and videos on most of those. Folk pop strumming patterns, country bluegrass, and finger picking patterns. And I'll link to some of those here in the corner, that little eye in the corner. And if you want to learn more about fretboard toolboxes or download those free pages, go to pick your instrument. I've got books set up just alike for all these different instruments. Today we were doing the Baritone Ukulele. And be sure to click Essential versus Complete Toolboxes. This is the most common question I get asked, and there's a lot to it. So I got videos and charts and things for you to see, like what do these books even show. So, but today we're using the Essential book, and if you click Look Inside on any of my books, you can get all the instructions in the key of G major pages for free. And I've got the complete edition. You can get all those instructions in the key of G major pages for free as well. And then you can try to strum along with some of those things and see if you can and find some new sounds to get and open up some new ideas on your baritone uke. And those strumming patterns work on any instrument that you can strum. So just getting those down is really fun, and it adds a little different element. It's amazing what just like replacing all strums with just some notes does. It just really adds some neat sounds. And hope you play around with those walking bass lines when you're ready for that. And I hope you found something useful today and have something that you can play around with. And I'll be back on more Fretboard Fridays with more videos on more of my favorite instruments. Thanks for stopping by.